Hi, my name is Jewel Guy. I'm a documentary photographer, and my social innovation is the Show Your Love photo documentary series. I want the world to know that I have a heart for people. That would be the first thing. I have a heart for people to be healed, for people to be their best selves, for people to be authentic in every single experience of their lives. And it's my mission through photography, through filmmaking, to show people themselves, to show people humanity, and especially the Black community, our vulnerability, our transparency, and our honesty. And I think with all of those things, you're able to live honestly and be authentic at the same time. My why as, I guess, as a person in general is to leave my mark on humanity in the best way possible. So for me, it is a necessity to help others every day. It's a necessity to show the value of people that people have already. That shows in everything that I do. Even as a photographer, I'm also a life coach. So all of these things kind of come together. Helping people, healing from the inside out, all of these things are my why. They kind of are all of the same things. The things that I want people to know about me is the same reason why I do what I do. It's really about people becoming their highest self, their most authentic self, and that's what I aim for in everything that I do. I started the Show Your Love documentary series because I had recently got married, and my husband would always talk to our friends or someone random that we just met and ask them two specific questions. It would be what they loved about marriage and what their most challenging thing was about marriage. And from that conversation was a plethora of knowledge and insight. And I started the Show Your Love series in order to help people get that insight without necessarily having to leave their front door or to have to feel like they're intruding into someone's life. It's a way to kind of be a fly on the wall and to see people's love stories and to see how they actually knew that they wanted to be together and some of their trials and their triumphs and how they keep their love strong. And it was important for me to show that and make this a resource because the Black community doesn't have a whole lot of positive examples for great Black love relationships. So I'm always a person to say, if I don't see it, I can't buy it on the shelf, then I need to create it. So that's why I made Show Your Love. So my personal connection to my innovation is not really having the greatest examples to look at for Black love relationships. I grew up in a family that was predominantly women, and the men that were around the family, I can't say that I had a positive outlook on who they were, just from what I had heard about them or from what I experienced with them. And so I feel like in life we're all just looking to be in some type of relationship, but we may not have the roadmap to actually get there. And so I wanted to start finding positive examples because reality TV show is not where I want to get my examples from. So I wanted to get people who were local, who weren't celebrities, who were everyday people, you know, working, have children, or not, and see what they were saying, see how they got through some of this stuff, see where they gained their resources, their experiences from, who they looked up to. I thought it was really important to have that, and not just for me and not just for my children, but for our community as a whole. The people who inspire me, one is my husband. My husband is a fantastic communicator. He's very introspective, and he's helped me to be both of those things in the very short time that we've been married. He's helped me to look at life a bit differently, and he's always looking for a way to be better, and I'm always inspired by that. The other person would be my mom. My mom is a fighter. My mom is resilient. My mom was diagnosed with PTSD and bipolar last year, and just seeing her go through like all of her changes having to start a job and stop a job, go to school, not go to school, because of some of the triggers that happen on a day-to-day basis for her. And just to see her resilience every single day, pushing forward, trying to find the next thing, is really what has kept me going for most of my life, just her example. If I could wave a magic wand and change Baltimore, I would want the change to be empathy. I think a lot of times we have many of our problems because we look at things from a selfish point of view, and we don't give other people a chance to actually tell what they feel or how they feel. Sometimes we're very dismissive of how they feel if it doesn't register with the way that I feel, or if it makes me feel lower. So I think that empathy would be a great characteristic for everyone to have, because I think we would treat each person better if we had that. I think the key is individual healing. I think that each of us have experienced different things across our lives that make us who we are, that give us our perspectives, which gives us our biases. And so I think with people actually looking into themselves objectively and seeing the types of things that they can change about their lives, I think that makes Baltimore better across the board. I don't think that it can get any better if we're not checking ourselves individually. It's not something that we can just sit one group of people or a politician or something like that and say, hey, we're going to change everything, we're going to stop the killing. Unless you get to the root of the problem, there will be no change. And so as long as we look to get to the root and stop blanketing a problem, I think we'll be better for it as a whole. It's important that I'm a Warnock Foundation Fellow because it showed that what I am doing has greater relevance than what I may have thought it has. To go in and pitch an idea that you're passionate about and then have a group of people look at you and nod their head and say, yes, I agree with that. I think that will change Baltimore. I think that is a great social innovation. It gives a boost of confidence. It also gives resources, an extended network of people who I probably would never have worked with or never would have known about, that we have synergy in our ideas and we can be more effective together. So if not for the confidence, for the network and just the conglomerate as itself, I think that I will definitely be a better photographer and a better filmmaker for it. The hashtag My Be More is like a looking glass into different parts of the city. I think it allows us to show our uniqueness, our vibrance, our skills, our passions all across one city. Whereas we may walk by people every day and we don't know what they do, the hashtag My Be More allows us to get a closer look into what's going on in the city and how we can be a part of it. I think the hashtag Heal the Black Family describes me and my work. I think everything that I do right now is for the betterment of the Black community. And at one point I wasn't 100% confident about that. But I think as we heal ourselves, we can be open to diversity, we can be open to other people. We'll have that empathy like I talked about before. But hashtag Heal the Black Family is definitely the one that describes me. I'd like to thank the Warnock Foundation for allowing me to be a part of such a prestigious fellowship, for allowing me to show my social innovation and being a part of the impact that I'll have on Baltimore and the world.